southern foothills of the Catskill Mountains, ThunderviewFarms began in 1958 when Phil Coombe added 6 head of registered Aberdeen Angus cattle to the family farm on South Hill. Younger brother Dick joined the operation soon after.
We started out with 5 brood cows, one that was no good, 5 calves, and they were 5 bred back, and we're up now to 250 some, 236, somewhere in there. We just passed 100 calves this year, first time ever.
Why we stuck with it, I'll never know, especially in this particular area. But the bottom line was we liked raising cattle and we absolutely loved living here.
Gradually, we've accumulated almost 2,000 acres as a family. And that land is here, and it's not great tillable land, so cattle fits well with what we did.
ThunderviewFarms is just 100 miles north of New York City and sits between 2 of the state's biggest reservoirs that supply drinking water to 9 million people. In the 1990s, New York City proposed tough watershed regulations that would have driven most farms out of business. The Coombe family joined with others in the area to convince New York officials that the best way to protect the watershed was to keep the land in well-managed forests and farms. ThunderView was one of the first to adopt best management practices to control runoff on their property.
Coombs have done an excellent job of working with the New York City watershed to keep the water clean and be excellent stewards of the environment. Dick Coombe was one of the founding members of the Watershed Ag Council and was a major player in getting this off the ground.
They've been involved since the beginning, and they've been excellent stewards of the land and worked very closely with the water supply to protect the supply and also to produce a really high quality beef.
I think it's been a huge advantage for the beef industry that we fought the battle and won with the city, and we have a strong partnership with the city. I stand here in the heart of the watershed, and we've taken a negative that should have been put us out of business and turned it into a positive. I'm pretty darn proud of the fact that there's over 200 farms in the watershed, with New York City paying best management practices on those farms to keep the water clean and enabling us to stay in agriculture.
As part of this effort, the Coombe family installed a gravity flow system that delivers fresh, clean water to all of their pastures, allowing them to fence their cattle out of the streams on the farm. They also implemented an intensive grazing system with livestock rotated every 4 to 5 days.
We've realized that if you can put cattle in grass that's anywhere from 8 to 12 inches tall and get them out when it's around 4 inches tall, it will return to 8 to 12 inches much quicker than if you let it get eaten all the way down to the ground. And that provides a higher nutritional value. It's driven our weaning weights. Our weaning average has gone up by over 100 pounds in the last 3 or 4 years as we've instituted higher genetic quality as well, but also rotational grazing.
Concentrated feeding during winter is another challenge, and the Coombe family developed a novel approach to avoid nutrient and sediment runoff. They installed heavy-use feeding pads, and they use silage bags to feed. This provides a healthier environment for the animals while reducing the workload on the family.
We can get up to 3 or 4 feet of snow, which makes it a lot harder for the cows to be on pasture. So what we do, we bring them all into ag bag lane. It's kind of a lane system with ag bags on it. Ag bags are 8 foot wide, 200 feet long, packed full of silage that allows it to ferment in there. And what we do is we just set a wire up on each end and we work our way into the center of it. And we actually have very little waste, because if you run that fence hot enough, that's the high tensile fence you're scooting along as a bag, you can make them eat all the way down to the plastic. Then you'll just move it forward the next day, you rake it down a little bit with a potato hook for them, and it works out really well, and our performance is high.
To supplement their electrical needs, the Coombe family built a wind turbine and installed solar panels. These systems provide all the electricity required to operate the farm shop and their freezer beef business. Selling their beef directly to consumers offers ThunderView a valuable opportunity to share its conservation story with the public.
People that buy our meat down in Staten Island or in New York City, they really like to come up. They want to bring their kids to the farm. They want to see the cattle. You have them pet a calf, you know, they appreciate it. They appreciate seeing the cattle on green grass, and those types of things make a customer for a very long time.
From the beginning, creating a sustainable family farm was the goal of the Coombe brothers. Over the years, they've seen ThunderviewFarms grow far beyond their expectations.
It's been a dream that I've had since I was a little kid, and it's almost fulfilled. I mean, the cattle part of the thing, the progress that's been made is just, it's astronomical.
I think it's a pretty nice piece of property, and I think it's set up for a viable business, beef business, and it has unlimited opportunities. So I don't know which way it's going to go, but I have a feeling it's going to be some really good things.
One day in a lot of years when I have kids, I definitely want to make sure that they know that this land has always been protected that way with the easements and everything, that it will stay that way, because that's the best way to keep the land.
I'm clearly proud of the cattle, but I'm really proud of what we've done to protect our farm. Protect it from development. It's amazing because your blood, sweat, and tears are in all this, and to know that it's preserved is just heartwarming.